So, what's up, Anchor Squad? I am a huge Mass Effect fan. I've been playing Mass Effect since the very first one, and they launching they just recently launched the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I do plan on getting and everything and playing. But there are some big changes between the Legendary Edition and the original series 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna check this video out, and the original link to this will be posted down in the description. But on top of everything, I no matter what, like, I like Mass Effect. I even played Andromeda as well, even though Andromeda doesn't hold up as well as like Mass Effect 2. I think Mass Effect 2 is like the best one in the whole entire series. But overall, the stories are very, very well written in the sense. I mean, Andromeda doesn't, like I said before, Andromeda doesn't hold up as well as number 2. But they put a lot of thought into it. They put a lot of effects into it, and they put a lot of money into the game as well. But I mean, overall, like, I understand why they doing the the Legendary Edition. They bringing us back to the original 1, 2, 3 trilogy of Mass Effect. With changes in graphics, probably a little bit change in the story, will probably give us some DLCs and things like that, but we have to see. But this video talks about the 10 biggest changes, so let's dive right into this video. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you do not miss any of my reaction videos. Also, make sure you go and subscribe to my YouTube gaming channel, which is J Anchor Gaming. I will be streaming on that consistently now rather than streaming on Twitch. So I recently made the transition, so make sure you go follow me on J Anchor Gaming YouTube channel. All right, let's do this.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition is finally here, bundling together the entire Mass Effect trilogy with every piece of single-player DLC to go along with it. But it's more than a simple port and up-res. Legendary Edition makes a litany of changes, some small, and some, well, that have a massive effect on Come on, you get it? No?
That was like, I mean, at least he knew it was lame.
Of the 10 biggest changes in Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Number 1, skippable elevators. Alright,
okay.
I'm kicking this off with the number 1 improvement right here. Mass Effect was notorious for not only having long elevator rides that essentially served as glorified loading screens, but also having a ton of them.
Yeah, they did have a lot.
Right after the other. Legendary Edition mercifully gives the option to skip the elevator rides, which is better than just outright making them shorter, because there are still some genuinely charming conversations between characters that happen in these elevators, so, maybe don't bail on every single one.
I'm pleased that the imminent destruction of all organic life has improved your career opportunities.
Number 2, better controls.
Yeah, better controls, better graphics.
Is that most of these things are going to be targeted at Mass Effect 1, since that's the game that needed the most work. But one of the things that feels immediately apparent is the fact that it generally controls much better. This is due to a number of improvements, including better cover mechanics, more intuitive controller mapping,
you still get shot in the head,
more precise reticles, an improved aim-down sights camera, and just overall better responsiveness to your inputs. Number 3, better HUD. Mass Effect 1's HUD has seen a complete overhaul to bring it more in line with the other games in the series.
Yeah, it does. I see that.
Yep. Shield energy that didn't accurately compute how many shots you could take before you lost your shield, replaced by a shield bar right above your health.
Yep.
The most vitally important info is more immediately apparent. Like
that's very similar to the recent games and like Mass Effect 2 and 3 and stuff like that. So I'm glad they made that change to Mass Effect 1, so, okay.
As opposed to it being crammed into a corner with a bunch of other info. Number 4, cooldown reductions. One of the most brutal aspects of Mass Effect 1 was that if you used a metagel, you were unable to use another one for a very, very long time. That cooldown has been adjusted to be much faster, along with other cooldown reductions across the board. Number 5, unlocked weapon proficiency. In the original Mass Effect, your access to weapons was largely dependent on what class you chose at the beginning of the game. If a Vanguard decided all of a sudden that they wanted to use a sniper rifle, for instance, they'd have to make do with a sniper rifle that couldn't zoom and had no targeting reticle. That's no longer the case in Legendary Edition. Any class can use any weapon right from the start of the game, which is great. That said,
yep, that's a good upgrade right there too, because that did frustrate me when you know, when I was a different class or whatever, if it affected how I was able to use my guns and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, it should be, you know, similar across the same board. You know, I should be able to use my scope. I should be able to use certain ability. Well, I like how in Andromeda you can switch between classes and stuff like that. But what they did with Mass Effect 1 to change with that, I appreciate that.
To stick with the weapons that your class is good at due to the talent points that you're able to add into those weapons. Number 6, individual squad orders. In Mass Effect 2 and 3, one helpful thing that you could do was order individual party members to head towards a specific point. That's now something you can also do in Mass Effect 1 with the left and right buttons on the D-pad, giving you a bit more tactical control when it comes to combat. Number 7, the Mako. The Mako is one of the most divisive aspects in the first Mass Effect game, and as such, it is also one of the central focuses when it comes to improvements in the Legendary Edition. It still retains some of the bounciness, but overall feels much weightier than before, making it much easier to control in some of the high-pressure situations that you often encounter while driving it. In addition to that, it's been given a boost to speed up some of the slower bits.
Nice.
The shields recharge faster. You can now actually move.
I know they have that in Andromeda as well.
Thankfully, you don't just immediately die when you touch lava this time around.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Number 8, default FemShep. In an effort to keep a more consistent look across all 3 games for the default version of FemShep, the canon version for Mass Effect 3 has been made the default FemShep for Mass Effects 1 and 2 as well. Number 9, multiplayer and galactic readiness. The multiplayer mode for Mass Effect 3 is no more, which presents a bit of an issue because it was one of the ways players would improve their galactic readiness level, which was a measure of how prepared they were to tackle the final mission without dire consequences and casualties. The response to this is a rebalancing of the galactic readiness system that allows players to build up their galactic readiness by simply playing through the other 2 games in the collection. Those who play through Mass Effect 1 and 2 and then carry that save over to Mass Effect 3 will have a leg up on their...
That's good. I like the carryover. So you start with Mass Effect 1 and everything carries over to 2 and 3 and da-da-da-da-da. I like that carryover though. You know, I like that. I like it when games do that. They give you a reason to play the first one, work your way through the story instead of just jumping right into the recent one. You know, they put some thought into this one.
Galactic readiness compared to those who just jump straight into Mass Effect 3. BioWare has said that if you don't play through Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, you should expect to basically have to complete every piece of side content in order to not suffer major losses in the ending. And finally, number 10, rebalanced XP and level scaling. The level cap in the original Mass Effect was 60, but in order to hit that cap, you had to do multiple playthroughs on the same character. That's been changed with a new level scaling mode called Legendary Mode, which uses a 1 to 30 level range instead of the 1 to 60 range, thereby allowing players to complete most of the content by the end of the game and still experience what it's like to be at the highest level. This is not a completely exhaustive list of all the changes in Mass Effect Legendary Edition, but it is a snapshot of the big highlights. In any case, now's the best time to revisit this classic RPG trilogy, or for newcomers, the perfect invitation to board the Normandy for the first time. For even more Mass Effect, check out our comparison of how the original Mass Effect stacks up against the Legendary Edition from a performance perspective. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
I'm about to check that video out as well, because, you know, I just like Mass Effect, you know, games and in general, and how they able to remaster them and stuff like that. You know, playing as Commander Shepard, whether you're playing as a male or female. You know, this game is a very good game. Been playing it on the, you know, PlayStation. What came out? PlayStation? No, Xbox 360, and then Xbox One with Andromeda and all that stuff. I think they had some like cartoons or like movies or something. You know, like how they had Dead Space. Dead Space, they had their little animated movies or whatever. I think Mass Effect had one. It could have been fan made or something, but still, those are still good too. So you could probably be able to find it on YouTube or something like that. So you have to go and check that out. But man, just watching this brings back so many memories in my college days when I was playing this in my dorm room and everything. Just playing it all through Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, multiplayer mode. Because once multiplayer mode dropped, you know, everybody was hopping on that too, playing online. And then, you know, Andromeda came out, and it had its glitches and everything, but they were able to fix some of those. But and you know, I still play that as well too. But man, this is crazy. Let me know what big changes spark your interest, and if you do plan on getting Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and what platform you plan on getting it on. Let me know if you're highly anticipating this, or you're just gonna push it to the side. I know a lot of people that I talk to, they say they're gonna get it, so you're just gonna have to wait and see. All right, y'all, man. If y'all like my reaction to this, post your comments down below, like and share with all your friends. Subscribe to this channel for more reaction videos. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. Jay Anchor holding it down for 100,000 subscribers, and Jay Anchor is out.